and welcome to Whimsy with a Z. This is a new show sponsored or brought to you by the same guys who do Chasing the Whimsy. This project is Whimsy with a Z. It's going to be hanging out and just chatting with some teenagers, some Zoomers. I originally came up with this idea to, I think it'd be interesting just to kind of get an idea of what it is that kids these days are going through. You know, we have a habit of comparing, my childhood to kids today. And then I think there's a reality that we're really pretty much, there's a lot of similarities. So I don't know, just kind of a different journey that I wanted to take. So today, our first guest is going to be Alice. How you doing, Alice?
I'm good.
Awesome. Alice, tell us a little bit about yourself. How old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in October. I'm going into 12th grade.
Okay, so you're a senior?
Yes.
Very nice. What kind of things do you like to do?
Well, I don't really do it as much as I used to, but I really love painting and whatnot and doing little sketches.
An artist? Do you take a lot of art classes in school?
No, but I did put one of my classes coming up this year for school to be art, so hopefully that turns out to be good.
What kind of things do you like to paint and draw?
Once in a while, I'll do maybe something like, I want to say abstract and whatnot, and I like drawing little flowers or like butterflies and like jellyfish, which I'm not very good at doing, but I try my best.
Oh, that's funny. I don't hear a lot of jellyfish. I like that. That's interesting. What else do you like to do?
Well, if it didn't kill my hair, I love dyeing my hair fun colors and also doing it for other people as well.
What kind of colors do you like?
My favorite ones that I've done for my hair is, I want to say, purple and red.
Okay. How often did you used to do that?
I've had my hair purple, I want to say, maybe 2 or 3 times.
Do you go like full purple or just like the tips or just like half?
Well, I've done all 3 of those, actually.
Well, that's so funny. And your mom's real supportive of it?
Yeah, she feels that, like, I might as well do it now and have fun with it, and then when I'm older, I could just, like, grow out of it if I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. What kind of movies, TV, like what do you like to do in your spare time?
Probably read when I can, or, just watch movies.
Anything you're reading right now?
There was this one book that I was reading that one of my teachers had let me borrow. I don't remember what it's called. It's called Sphere. It's just about these people, like, I think a psychologist maybe, and someone from the military, just a bunch of people. They get sent down underwater to investigate some sort of unidentified ship object, and they all just, it's a very interesting book, actually. It has a little mini plot twist and little descriptions of gory scenes, which is interesting.
Who wrote it, do you know?
No, I don't remember. I could probably find the book.
Let's see.
Later, but
Michael Crichton? Does that sound familiar?
I believe so.
There's a movie about it.
Is
It
there?
sounded familiar. Yeah. Good for you for reading books before the movie. I can't do it. I can't. I don't. I'm not big on the reading. But you like those type of books?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a favorite one that you've read in the past?
I remember when I was younger, I read. There was these two books. There was The One and Only Ivan and Where the Red Fern Grows.
I remember Where the Red Fern Grows. I've never seen that thing in years.
I really liked it. And then when I was told there was a movie as well, I was excited about it, even though I was like 10. So.
You mentioned you also like to watch movies. Any particular movies you like that stand out? Your favorites?
Well, I get made fun of for it, but I like watching like I guess you could say kid movies, family movies, like Hotel Transylvania and whatnot.
All right.
Also, I really enjoy watching like Marvel, the Avengers and whatnot, and DC.
Okay. So your kid movies and your superhero movies.
Yes.
What else do you hang out with friends?
I do. Yes. I did mostly when I was during school, and then over summer just haven't gotten to it.
We're almost over.
I know. I need to catch up on more hangouts.
So when I was growing up, it was always going outside, riding bikes, going to a friend's house, and kind of just like we would all gather at one person's house and we maybe rotate houses here and there. What do you guys do when you guys hang out?
Well, personally, me and my friends, well, during school, we get out early on Wednesdays, so we would all get picked up by our one friend's mom and go over to her house, and we all just hang out, watch a movie, or walk to the park that's right by there. And if we're not going over to someone's house, then we'll be like, oh, let's go to the movie theaters and watch a movie that's coming out. Or we would all just walk around like the mall or something and then stop and eat.
I miss the malls. I used to do the mall a lot too. So if we had to stereotype, teenagers and Gen Z, you guys are always on your phone and you guys are constantly social mediaing. So you don't actually, it's like your only way of communicating. You guys actually like to hang out for just hours at a time, just doing God knows what.
Pretty much. Right. Yeah.
Are you active with the social medias?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Do you have one particular that you like?
I want to say either Instagram or TikTok.
I keep hearing that Instagram is for the old people and the TikTok are for the younger people.
I don't believe that. I think it's for everybody.
Very nice. Oh, that's so fun. 17, senior. Do you have a job? Have you worked? Are you looking for work?
I want to try and get a job at some point, yeah.
You looking for anything in particular?
I'm not really sure. I'm kind of iffy on like fast food places, because just what I've heard about fast food places is not exactly the best.
What have you heard about fast food?
I just know because my cousin, she worked at a McDonald's. She was not having the best time because they had gotten new management at the one that she was working at. Mm-hmm. And they were just coming up with very, I want to say, unreasonable rules.
Okay, fair.
Follow.
Have you started looking at all?
I have. It's just so much. I don't know. I don't know where to start or whatnot.
What kind of places have you applied to?
I haven't applied yet because I need a little help with that.
What do you need help with?
I want to say all of it.
Okay. No, and that's the beauty of this is like you're going to be the on the older side of Whimsy with the Z. There's an 11, 14, and maybe a 16-year-old. But that's, I mean, and to be fair, your mom recently just started working, I think for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It is different, and no one likes looking for a new job, let alone your first job.
Yeah. And then last school year, I was thinking about wanting to get a job, but I wasn't 16 yet. I was still 15, and not a lot of places would hire a 15-year-old.
Right.
Like, all right, maybe it'll be best for me to wait until I'm 16 so that I get a bit of a better chance.
Okay. So is it the idea of like the interview that what makes you kind of nervous about searching for a job?
The interview, and then figuring out how I would do a resume.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna go over. I'm not gonna grill you on some interview questions now, but I think that'd be kind of an interesting topic to talk about eventually. Maybe I'll do like a interview, like a prep interview with everybody next month or the month after. Interview practice.
Yeah, maybe that'll probably help me so that I'll still be nervous and a little scared, but maybe a little less.
Everybody's always a little bit nervous about, especially that first interview. I think I'm trying to remember what my first job was. It was a Carl's Jr. I went the fast food route, but it does get kind of interesting when you get those first interviews, especially when you know it's your first one, and then you walk into the place and you see a bunch of either teenagers that are really good at what they're doing, or a bunch of older people, and you're like, oh man, I want to be the new kid who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And then your resume is half a page long because you don't have any work experience yet. So I totally get the some of that nervousness of being like, I want to go and talk to this person and ask for a job with no I have my mom's my reference. I got a teacher. That's funny. Resume. Well, and again, I think that's fair to be nervous about that. Have you asked your mom to help you with interview questions?
Not yet. I asked my cousin if she would also help me at some point, because she had gotten, like I said, her first job at a McDonald's.
Okay.
And then she had applied to places and she went for the interview, So.
Right. What's hard too is, especially as a teenager, if you don't get the first one, then you're just discouraged. You're like, I can't even get a job at McDonald's, and then you're just I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Do you guys take classes? Is there a economics type class where they help balance your funds, like a bank account, and kind of walk you through a little bit of how the work and money works and some of those things?
Yeah, I believe I have an economics class at my school, and I think there's a business type class as well. There's quite a bit of classes actually.
Do you think school's preparing you for work?
I feel like it depends. some stuff.
That's fair. What kind of jobs are you going to be looking for, though, when you start applying? Because I have a son, and I've talked to a couple of other teenagers, and they just flat out don't like the idea of fast food. And it's weird is if you talk to anybody who's older, whose first job was fast food, they're all going to say it's kind of like a rite of passage where it's like, you don't have to like McDonald's and you don't have to be there forever. You got to get in there and get, like, you need that fryer scar for when you're taking the fries out. Like, for whatever reason, everybody needs that one little scar. Like, that's when I drop the fryer on me.
Yeah. I'm not like, oh, I don't want to work here my first time. Like, oh, I hate the idea. Right. It's just like the certain things that I've heard from other people, but I'm not going to take that exactly because that's like their first experience from where they had worked at. Okay. And I'm not.
So you would work in food if necessary. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it because, like, it was that person's first experience, and I need a job.
Right.
I feel like
you need that money. Do you have a license?
No. But I have drove a couple times.
Okay.
And I've been trying to read more about the laws and whatnot and what I need to know. I know the hand signals.
Okay. Well, there is no rush in driving. I was 27 before I decided to get my license, so there is definitely no rush in driving. But there is a definite independence that comes with it when you can just like grab it, leave, and kind of go. Do a lot of your friends drive?
One of my friends had recently gotten her license. Mm-hmm. So whenever she is given the chance, she'll go ahead and just drive around. And then my cousin, she has her permit, but she hasn't gotten her license yet. But she could drive pretty well. But her parking, not so much.
So you're looking for a job probably close by or somewhere that mom's going to have to pick you up and drop you off? Yeah.
And we live by a place where it's like really close to a bunch of different things.
Okay. Let's see, I'm trying to think some. What are some of the jobs that your friends have? Do they work?
Not a lot of them,
no.
No. No.
Oh, you guys are just hanging out, just doing your thing?
Yeah. Pretty much.
What do you think? Because when I was 14, 15, 16, I couldn't wait to grow up. And that's why I got a job early. I never wanted to drive, but I was always made sure that I lived near everything that I needed. So I was able to walk to work, walk to school, or just catch a bus to and fro. Are you guys like excited to grow up and like be adults? Or are you guys kind of just like wanting just to be in the moment and just kind of just stay as kids?
Well, I know that none of us are exactly excited to grow up and be an adult. It's not exciting at all.
Why do you guys? Where are you? Where aren't you excited about growing up? What are some of the things that like worry you?
Taxes. All of the above.
All of it. You just like, I don't know much of any of it. I just know that adults aren't happy being adults, so I don't want to be an adult.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, yeah, I'm getting old. It's the beauty of life, you know? Right. But, that's a big but. It's scary. I feel like it's quite scary, you know?
100%. It is very scary.
Yeah.
You just got to get out there and just do it.
Yeah.
How school? Are you like a straight A student? You a good kid? Lots of trouble? You principal's office all week?
No and no. I'm not a straight A student, but also I'm not getting in trouble all the time.
Right. All the time.
I only got in trouble once. This was freshman year because my friend was like, "Oh, let's ditch class," and all we did was sit in the bathroom.
That's it?
Most boring thing I've ever done. Never did it again. And then I got called to the principal's office, and they were like, "Oh, we seen that you had not gone to class this day." I was like, "Oh, just wasn't having a great day." And then they let me off with a free pass, and my friend got lunch detention. So,
do kids ditch still? Like, is that a thing? Like,
yeah.
If you could leave, like, you would just go to a friend's house or whatever. Do you ditch?
No, I
No?
do.
You did the one time. You're like, this is boring. I'll just go to school. I'll stay in class.
Yeah, pretty much. And also, I personally, for the classes that I have, I knew that if I skipped like this certain class or this class, I'd miss something, and then I don't want to have to come back the next day and they're like, "Oh, you missed this. Oh, sorry about that."
Do you have plans for after high school? You're a year away from being out of school, and you're, oh my gosh! I was like no one's gonna see this video, but you look terrified. Like the realization that you're this time next year,
Oh no!
you'd be like a real adult.
Actually, I won't be 18 yet, so technically, not a real adult.
Almost, but you're out of school.
Oh no!
Oh, that's terrifying to you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love it. My hand's shaky right now. You can't see, but
do you have plans to go to college? Anything after high school?
I've thought about it a lot, yeah. Cause I remember since I was younger, I was like, I feel like I should go to college, cause I feel like, not that I owe it to my parents, but like, oh, I want to be able to prove to them that, you know, I could do great in general. I don't know, just that sense of an accomplishment.
Do your parents have they been to college? Do they have some post high school degrees or anything?
No, they don't. That's
So
also why I feel like like because my parents didn't go, I want to be able to go, you know?
do something better than they had, and kind of take the advantages that they give you and kind of do slightly better than they did.
That sounds kind of mean.
But to be fair, I think as a parent, and I think my mom would agree, is I think we always want better than what we had.
Yeah, like my mom wants the best for me. She wants me to be happy and whatnot. So I feel like if I really do that and I work for it, then
so a little bit so half for them, half for you.
Yes.
Have you started prepping for high or for college?
I'm scared. I just know that because what I'm worrying about is the money for it, you know? Because you gotta.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I got scholarships and grants and stuff. I don't know any of. I can't help in any way with that. I can help with interviews. I could do like interview prep. I could help with resumes. I don't know anything about scholarships and stuff.
I don't either. So.
Well, maybe we can ask. Maybe I'll have my sister come on, because she did the whole scholarship thing, the financial aid thing, and she went and did her 4 years. So, all right, so maybe we have her come on and hang out for a little bit, give some advice. on sister college. Obviously, you would probably stay in state.
Yeah, most likely. Because I just thought of going to college, probably not university, because I'm not that smart. I mean, personally, I don't think that. But probably go to community college for 4 years, and then I like the idea of cosmetology, so I can then go to trade school after that.
Well, there you go. I don't think the community college for 2 years to get some of those prerequisites out of the way is like an unreasonable route to go, because it kind of still keeps you going, keeps you educating.
Yeah, it's not
and
that
then
bad.
Yeah, I agree. I did some community college, and then we won't talk about that because I didn't finish it. What are some of the things that you're like really confident about with life or yourself?
That's a really good question.
I know, kind of a weird question, especially for like first interview.
Confident about. I just know for sure that I want to make sure that I don't have to be dependent on other people. I know that for sure. That I'm going to work hard in school and then also getting a job as well, because I got to make some money.
Right.
I don't want to be dependent on anyone else.
Do you plan on moving out once you find this job after high school, or are you going to probably stay with mom for a while?
Probably stay with mom for a bit. And then, of course, when I know for sure that I'm able to, I'll move out and that I'm comfortable and I'm stable. You know?
Okay.
But I'm not going to stay at home until I'm 35. You know?
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but personally.
Well, and then if you're going to college or a community college, it does kind of help financially to pay for that and then stay at home versus like trying to pay for an apartment, work, and then school. Like, well, that's understandable. Yeah. I think my sister did that. I think that was part of the deal, was stay and live with mom as long as you're in school. I mean, to be fair, mom would obviously let her stay, but I think my sister's plan was stay with mom, save up, work, do the college thing, and then once she graduated, she was like, all right, I'm going to go out and do my own thing now that I'm, I got my degree. She had her money saved up. She had kind of a little plan like that.
Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah.
All right, the opposite. We know that interviews, work scares you and worries you. Growing up kind of worries you. What are some other things that you are worried or self-conscious about?
That's also a good question. Probably just, I want to say I'm scared of failing. Which is,
that would be a pretty common answer when I talk to everybody. I don't think anybody really wants to fail, to be fair, to be honest with you.
But also, with that, I'd be able to learn. Yeah.
You definitely learn from a failure or a mistake.
Yeah.
Do you have any like failures or mistakes so far in school? Like,
after winter break, it wasn't exactly. I wasn't doing too great. So in school, my grades kind of dropped because I had ended the first semester with like 3, 4 A's, a B, and a C. And then they all like started dropping, which wasn't the best. So I was,
if you're comfortable with it, what was going on? Why did they drop?
well, I'll say that before the end of first semester, I had a boyfriend at the time. Let's just say, me and him were together for a while, and then we broke up, which I did not take so great.
I don't think any of us do. That first one, was that your first boyfriend?
Yeah.
Bastard.
Well, he was like my first like actual like serious like boyfriend, you know?
Right. No, trust me, we've all been there.
Yeah. And let's just say he was not being very smart.
Sure.
No one, I'll say that, like, no one cheated, nothing like that. He was just
making teenage decisions.
Yeah, teenage decisions, you know?
But you're good now.
Yes.
You're happy, you're in a better place.
And me and him talked things out and got back together.
And to be fair, that is normal also. Are you with him now?
Yes.
Okay, good for both of you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. And we're doing very great.
Good for you. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Like, no one really tells you. I can help with interview help and resume help. There is no book on how to get through your first love or your high school teenage love. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. Like, none of it makes sense. You look back at it and be like, this is the dumbest thing we've ever done. But good for you guys, reconciling and I'm assuming you guys were real mature about it.
Yeah.
Had that conversation. You didn't jump right back into it.
Yeah, we had met up and we had talked it out and whatnot, and then of course like started slow, with like talking and whatnot again, and then we started dating again. Obviously, that had to do with the downfall of my grades a bit.
Yeah,
and then just I don't know. I have a certain like. I don't know how to explain it, but my emotions and anxiety and whatnot, I don't really know how to deal with them very well. So that also had to play in that.
How'd you get through it?
I don't really know. I want to say that I did get through it because I had my friends and my cousin and my mom,
So you have your support group?
Yes, of course.
Mom pretty supportive of it?
Yes.
She's like, hate that guy, but I love you.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. I do think having that support group definitely helps with kind of finding your way through high school for sure. Because nobody knows, like I said, nobody knows how to do any of this high school stuff. So when things do kind of fall apart and you're anxious and, stressing out a little bit, like definitely don't bottle it up. Do you have any advice for anybody listening or any of the other Whimsy kids? Any advice for them if they find themselves stressed out or upset, depressed, anything like that? Do you have any advice for them?
Well, I could say for sure, like, I know it's hard to do, but if you need help, ask for it. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that at all whatsoever. And if you, like, yeah, if you need help, ask for it. It's okay. Like, there's people that'll understand how you feel, and they can help you through it because they care for you, you know?
And if they're nervous about telling their parents, your parents will always love you. They'll always be there and help.
Yeah.
I think just to round that out, you don't do it by yourself. Don't try to do it by yourself.
No.
You guys aren't, like, even as an adult, I don't even know if we're half equipped to be able to handle like those things by ourselves. And for whatever reason, we still tend to. Even when I was a kid, try to do it by yourself and then it just falls apart. But no, definitely get those support groups and definitely reach out for that help.
Because if you keep stuff in, then you're just gonna pretty much explode.
Right. What do you think about this idea of whimsy with the Z? Like this conversation, I'm obviously going to have a very similar conversation with probably 3 or 4 more other people. But what do you think of this idea? Is this a good idea? Is it like, am I on the right track for whatever my vision was from when I first talked to you?
Yeah, I think this whole thing is actually a good idea. And it's pretty interesting. I'm still a little nervous about it, but I'm personally having fun with it. And then if I'm able to show older people like how my generation
right
is, on the inside, inside look, then I feel like that would help for both sides for more understanding.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm really trying to aim for. I have a tendency to like over explain fucking everything that I do. But I think you put it very, very simply, just getting people to kind of just understand and just see from a different side of it. I appreciate that. Yeah. What do you hope to get out of this experience? Like in my head, I plan on going like 12 months. Like I figure like 1 year is this next round number. Obviously, we can continue further after that, but you keep doing this for the next year. What are some of the things that you hope to get out of this?
Well, if I can, hopefully either people a bit younger than me or around my age could get a little bit of advice, Right. And also just, I feel like to help others. If I say like, oh, I made a mistake with this and yada yada, learn from that.
Is there any random mistake or secret or kiddish? Nothing. Let's not get crazy. This is like, but like anything that you want to tease that other kids technically may start to do or nervous about doing or probably already doing? Like, do you smoke?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's funny because now, when did you start to smoke?
I want to say towards the end of sophomore year, but more in the summer. Yeah.
So like you're going into junior?
Yeah, summer going into junior year.
And then obviously as a freshman, you were like, I'll never smoke, I'll never drink, I'm going to be the best kid ever.
That was me 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Yada, yada. Now look at me.
But you're still a good person.
Yes, I'm a great person. I am a great person. I'm still a smart cookie.
Good. So that's never changed in generations. You always got the kids that, you know, they smoke or, you know, they ditch. I used to ditch. I didn't start smoking until later, but
I for sure do not smoke nicotine.
No
For
nicotine.
Yeah. No. It's bad. Bad for your lungs. Popcorn lung. You don't want it.
Right. So if the 11-year-old's like, I'll never do it, you're like, I hope you never do, but wink, you might try it.
Yeah, obviously you're going to try stuff, you know, and you could do whatever you want. It's your life. But just like...
But be smart about it.
Yeah, be smart about it. Exactly. Yes.
Right? Like, obviously we know to stay away from, like, the hard nose, stay away from from all the bad stuff. But there are certain teenager milestones that you might be presented with, and you know, try it. And you know, but how did you start? I think that's kind of where I was trying to get at. Was it like a peer pressure thing, or just like trying to fit in type of thing?
Neither. Actually,
I just want to be a rebel.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's just something that I thought about that I wanted to try, and I don't mind doing it. You know.
Did you tell your mom before and kind of let her know that's kind of what you were thinking?
Yeah. She was the first person that was like, oh, like, you know, you could come to me, you know? Because, like, she'd rather I be doing it in the safety of home, you know?
Right.
Where I'm safe, instead of being peer pressure at, like, some random friend's house, you know?
Right.
And then I'm on the side of the street.
Right. So she can kind of monitor what it is that you're... Better that she's aware versus you just getting it, like you said, from just somebody on the street.
Yeah.
Have you been peer pressured and then like avoided it? Like, how do we avoid and turn away peer pressure?
I feel like that depends on the people you're around, that you surround yourself with.
Good people you hang out with won't peer pressure you.
Yeah, like people that you know for sure, like, would support you or help you, and they won't push you to do stuff you're uncomfortable with.
Okay. Good. All right, so it goes back to that support group, though, that close knit of friends that'll help keep you on the straight and narrow. You keep them on the straight and narrow, right?
Yes.
Good.
It's a mutual thing.
Oh, that does make sense. I never put it into perspective that way, where a lot of bad decisions are normally tied to the quality of friends that you keep. So
yes, I know that firsthand.
It's so weird. Like, it makes sense, but I'd never thought about it out loud like that. Well, that does make sense. So if you're being peer pressured by your friends, then they're maybe not the right type of friends, kind of.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, they can ask you, but if they keep pushing and or they judge you for it, then those aren't the type of friends.
Exactly. Like, if you've made it known that you're not okay with it, you're uncomfortable, you don't want to do it, and they're still, like, pushing you, then you gotta get away.
So if they don't respect your boundaries, evaluate, you know, how close we keep these people.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty. I think that's all I have for you for today. I think. Let's see. Do you have any other plans for the rest of the summer?
Hopefully, hang out with my friends. I'm supposed to go bowling with my boyfriend and his family on the 4th of July.
Okay.
So.
Are you excited to go back to school?
A little bit.
What are you most excited about? What are you least excited about?
I finally have something to do during the day.
Okay.
But I'm scared because it's my last year.
Yeah, man, really take it in.
Yeah.
High school is definitely an experience, but it's an experience that it's kind of like the last days of childhood, because everything else after that, you got to grow up.
Yeah, adulting.
Well, that's no fun. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today.
Yes.
We'll get back with you. Like I said, we'll probably do you once a month. So next time we'll have you on. School should be starting, or should have already started. So we'll see how your first week, your first month in school was.
Oh, yay.
It's going to be exciting. Alice, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I think you did fantastic. So if you were nervous, you did great.
Okay.
And I look forward to chatting with you next month.
Alrighty.